afternoon. It is Monday, and that means it is time to visit with the Texas Wig Fairy. So, don't you just love my hair? I'll just give you a minute to kind of look at my hair before I get started here. So, today on ROPTV, we're going to talk about several things. I am super excited today, and today we are going to talk about several things. First of all, I wanted to go over, just to remind you, please, to make sure that you are visiting our different platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I am super excited to kind of go over the questions, first of all, that I've had this week. I have a lot of people that ask, how do you put a wig on correctly? And like I said, we teach classes every week. And in a class of several people, we can have several individuals that have never put on a wig. And for us, that seems really simple because we've never done it before. But I'm going to demonstrate that in just a few minutes. But before I do, I wanted to tell you, I just love my hair today. This is from the Alexander Collection. This was the wig that I was gifted. This was a wig that Abby gifted to me. This was a gift. And this is a great piece. I modified it just a little bit, meaning that I put pin curls in it. I put pin curls in it because, you know, that synthetic, you can't use heat on it. But I put pin curls in it, and I left it that way for a couple days. This is just a little bit of Revive, pin curls, and hairspray, the ROP spray. And then I dropped them down, and as you can see, it has a little more curl pattern, just like a wave pattern. I love the style. This is one of my favorite colors. This is Safi. I hope I'm saying that right. Alexander, S-A-F-I. And the color is Macadamia LR. Marble. Okay, you know what? I'll have to get back to you on that because this is I'm not in my regular spot today, so I don't have the tags with me. Bear with me, and I'm really sorry about that. But I thank you. Don't you just love this color and style? It's great. It's just a really nice length. It's a really nice classic length, and I can't tell you. I was telling Abby that this is by far one of my favorite colors, which is going to lead me into the next topic I'm going to talk about. I think I'm going to wait on, I'll wait till the very end to do trying on the wig. I want to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. The next question was that we get in the salon all the time here at our wig store is, how do you decide what holiday hair you're going to wear? How do I decide? So that's a good question for any individual that's thinking of holiday hair. And like I shared in one of my other lives, we do a lot of wigs for people that are coming in and they're going to a holiday celebration. They're doing holiday Zooms, and they want to wear something different but not way out of their comfort zone. So what I always say is, okay, so say for instance, this is what I've been wearing, and I want a holiday look in something that's very similar, probably the same color. What direction do I go? Okay, so for those of you that have seen my other lives, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to pick something that's very similar in color. By the way, you need to add this to, look at this. Is this not gorgeous? This is from the Alexander Collection. I can't get over that. This is just a gorgeous style. You need it for your collection. Okay, so I'm talking holiday hair. I want something very similar, but something a little different. So you've seen this look, but I'm gonna try it back on because we're talking about holiday looks. know I wore this and I got a lot of questions about, this is just in a basic updo. And if you need to know how to do an updo, Alexander, my social brother, he's one of our social contributors, if you will. He is an award-winning stylist. If you need to know how to do an updo, please go to his latest IG. He does a ponytail with Linux. He does a ponytail style with Linux. Linux is a little bit longer than what I like wearing. So this is Jules. This is Jules. So what I'm going to do is I'm getting ready to go to an event. I'm going to a holiday celebration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going from my denim look. I'm going to go to an after 5. It's a celebration. And I want to just get a little dressy, a little bit different. So this would be what I would call holiday, some holiday hair for me. And if you notice, I picked something with elastic here so that it's easier for me to work with. And I've just dropped a few tresses down here. And the only thing I've used on this really is the René Paris holding spray. So again, this is just a nice look for a holiday celebration. Because this is in my comfort zone. This is something that's very similar again to the color I usually wear. It's longer. It's in an updo, which is in itself is very festive. And then this is just a little accent piece headband that I added to it. So this would be a definite suggestion for someone if they came in and they were asking, what could I do? What could I do, Danny, that's a little bit different? But it's not way out of my comfort zone. So as you can see, again, so this is Jules, okay? And I'm sorry, I think someone asked me that question a couple days ago and I didn't answer, and I'm sorry about that. But again, this is Jules, and I just have it pulled up. Okay, so if I wanted something very similar, but maybe a little bit longer for a holiday, doesn't this look natural? I just had someone, one of my friends walked in, and she just couldn't get over it. She thinks she thought this was my hair. So I just grab it like this and take it off to show her that it's not mine. Is that not great? That's just great. I just love it. Okay, so we're going back to holiday hair. And I want to just kind of touch on if I was having a photograph done. If I was going to have a photograph done, holiday look. The whole family is going to be together. And I just want something really similar. Again, we're talking about different options. This is what I've been wearing. This is the color. I'm looking at the color and I'm thinking I want something just a little bit longer, but not quite as long as maybe the Angelica. So this is a couple inches longer, but it still looks believable if you're thinking, I want something longer, but I don't want people to know that it's a wig, first of all. And I want it the same color, but I would like it a little bit longer because I would really like to wear a hat for my photograph. This is our family portrait for the holidays. What would you suggest? Okay, so this is India. Okay, this is available in so many beautiful colors. Again, this looks exactly like, not exactly, but it looks very, very similar to the first piece that I had on, just a little bit longer. And all I've used on this is I always scrunch them just a little bit, and I use a little bit of the Revive first of all, and then I finish it off with a little bit of the holding spray. This is a very soft finish. I haven't done anything else. This is literally out of the box. Okay, so I want to wear a hat for my photograph, but I want the hair to be seen. So this would be a nice look for the holiday. I'm keeping in mind, this is something that's a little tricky, but you always want to keep in mind if it's an outside photograph, not much to worry about. But if you're inside, keep in mind I had to wear one lip color for all the different looks. I can't change it right now, but just keep that in mind. So I don't have time to be changing the lip color right now, but just keep that in mind, because I do keep that in mind whenever I'm doing hair color changes, but just for the sake of showing you the different look for the photograph. As I was saying, you want to keep in mind the background color. So if they're gonna have a background, keep in mind a lot of times the color that you're wearing, you want to make sure that it shows up. So hopefully it's a color that doesn't blend in. I remember taking a photograph with my dark hair. It was I believe espresso. I was wearing Reese in espresso color, and I remember thinking they didn't have a backlight, so you couldn't see the difference. You couldn't see my hairstyle kind of blended into the back, which you don't want. But that's just a tip, because that is definitely something that happened to me, so you want to keep that in mind. Okay, so this is India. So keep in mind, we're looking for different options for those of you that have joined. A question that we get right now is, how do you choose holiday hair without going too outside of what my comfort zone is? And you want something that looks very similar to what you usually wear, which was above my shoulders. I'll put that back on in just a minute. You want something a little bit longer, so we went with India. Then of course you can always definitely pick something that is definitely for someone who isn't used to wearing colors like this on an everyday. This would definitely be a holiday look for some people. This is an everyday look for me, but please keep in mind, we're just trying to give suggestions for holiday hair. This is Breezy. Is that not gorgeous? And this is definitely a style that I would want a photograph done in. I mean, I would definitely want my photograph done in this piece, because anytime that I am wearing it, I get so many questions about who does my hair color, who does my hair. So this is, hi Susie, yes, oh yes, it looks gorgeous on you too. I can see it right here. Okay, so yes, I'm glad to hear that's your favorite style. For me, and maybe for you, this is one of my everyday looks. But again, we're talking about different options for holiday hair. And for some people, I totally understand. This is not something that they would be comfortable wearing all the time. So this is a nice selection as holiday hair. Again, this is Breezy. This is also available in so many different colors. Beautiful piece. Okay, so before I go to my most favorite holiday look, it's a surprise. I did an Instagram on this a long time ago, and at first people just didn't quite understand it. But I'm gonna surprise you I have just a few more minutes, but before I do that, I did want to go over one of the questions that I get all the time, because I can sit here and tell you about different looks for the holidays and how to get photographed. So I can show you the different styles to wear, and I can tell you about different colors, and I can tell you about different. And the one question that I did receive this week quite a bit was, how do you put a wig on? And you know what? We forget. That's a very basic question, but I'm going to go over that with you because we have had that question several times. So I want to go over that. So for those of you that wear wigs all the time, please bear with me, but I know that I do have some people on that we're going to join today that were having trouble putting a wig on. So when you get your wig, I turn my wigs upside down. I'm going to turn it upside down here. These are the adjustments. And another tip is, and this is a very legitimate question that I get on a regular basis, what are these? What are these little things on the inside? Those are adjustments. I have people that have worn wigs that come in and don't know what those are. So on the inside, on the back, these are adjustments. You want to pull them in to make it smaller. You want to let them out to make it larger, to loosen it up. So I'm going to take this and I'm turning it upside down. I'm holding it by the adjustments up here. If you hold it a little bit lower, it folds in like that. I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to rest this part on my forehead, and then I'm going to go front to back like a little, like you would a beanie or a low cap. So I'm going to go front to back. And then when you turn to the front here, you want to make sure that, because this is a lace piece, you want to make sure that it's not too far forward. Then I'm checking my 2 ear tabs. And the reason I think this was an important question to go over is because I have a few people that were putting the wig on correctly, and they felt like it was designed incorrectly, and they felt like one side was longer than the other. And I said, you want to feel for the little adjustments. They have a wire. So you want to take the adjustments and you want to make sure that they're parallel. And as you can see, the style looks much better. So you want to make sure you don't want to have it placed incorrectly like this. And you don't want it further back. So if you don't remember where to put it, I usually hold my fingers here, and it's about 4 fingers above the bridge of my nose. So at this point, we're going to check our little ear tabs here. Hi, you guys. For those of you that have just joined, we are talking about holiday looks, and I just wanted to talk about how to put a wig on correctly, because I did have that question quite a few times this week. Okay, so then you want to check your ear tabs here, and they're going to fit in this general area, and they do have a tiny bit of flexible wire. And the reason I share that is a lot of times if it's poking out like this on something shorter, you can tell that if you don't know what that is, you think it's designed incorrectly, but it's not. They're there to keep the wig secure, so you want to bend those flat to the head, or if you wear eyewear, you can bend them just a little bit. So please keep that in mind. Okay, so those of you that have just joined, this is the wig that I was gifted by Abby. And if you didn't get to see that IG, please go back and do so, because it's a lot of fun. This is from the Alexander Collection. And all I did was pin curl it. I did revive, I pin curled it, and I used ROP hairspray. And I left the little pins in there, and it gave it just a little bit more of a bend, but I love the style. So isn't this a nice look? I just love it. Okay, and then we showed a couple more looks in the event that you're wanting something for the holidays, but you don't want to go totally out of your comfort zone. We showed a few different looks. So please keep that in mind. Okay, so I am going to show you my favorite little trick. They called me magic when I did this, because I hadn't really shared how to do this again, but this was one of the first things that Abby shared that she did one time. So I'm going to show you, and if you want to see the full tutorial, please go to our YouTube channel. But I'm going to show you how I flipped my wig for a holiday event that I had gone to. Okay. So this is Ivana.
That'll give it like a little bit of shine too. A little bit of shine? Mm-hmm.
And I was at a holiday gathering with my family, and all my brothers were there, and my cousins were there, and my brothers, I like to just tease them because it's fun to do that, and they honestly don't know what's real and what isn't half the time. So I said, you know, I'm going to show you something that I bet you would have never thought of, and this was something that my mom taught me. And for those of you that know I've talked about my mom. My mom is also a licensed cosmetologist. But we were playing around one day, and again, pay close attention. So this is Ivana. And I'm flipping it. I am actually wearing this upside down. And I actually have clients that have really loved it like this, because I'm a little bit older. So this for me looks more like a shag. And this is actually something that this is like, it's really something, because this looks definitely really coming back. And I really love the color placement, even flipped like that. Is that not gorgeous? So this is definitely something that I love doing when I'm at holiday events, because it's just so surprising. First of all, that I would take my wig off. A lot of people don't know that I wear a piece, and then to flip it like that and for it to look really cool. I just love it. So this is how I flip my wig. And this is Ivana. And the only thing I had to do maybe back here was maybe pin it with a little clip. I just pinned it like that. But as you can see, this looks really, really 80s inspired. And if you knew my age, I'm not going to share it, but if you did know, this is definitely a look that I'm really comfortable with, wearing it just like this. And I did this I've done it in a couple different colors, and I love it. Yeah, thank you, Shirley. So this is a great idea. And it was, again, I started doing it like at holiday events around my family, and then I did it on Instagram. And it is a nice little tip, because it's just something that's fun. And not all styles flip like this. I think that's the one question that I had. This is definitely, you do have to just kind of play with your styles, but of course they're not all going to flip like that, and they're not all going to look great like that. But I just want you to know that this particular Ivana looks really nice flipped. And it's just a nice, I'm not saying you have to do it. Obviously am not saying you have to do this the holidays, but since we're talking holiday here, I just wanted you to see that. And then another thing, going back to maybe holiday looks like we were talking about, you can always add and I took the same little headband, and this is just another nice holiday look. Okay, so just keep in mind, we were talking holiday looks, and if I were to wear this the original way, it's a little bit shorter, but I have a little bit more length, so you can definitely see more of the style this particular way. So for those of you that for joining just a little bit later. This is some of the holiday looks that I went over whenever you're trying to get whenever you're trying to get ready for an event and you don't know what to do and you want to wear something very similar, but not entirely out of your comfort zone. But if you missed our IG, my first IG on this, again, this is how I flipped my wig. And this is Ivana. So I enjoyed spending time with you. I just love this. This reminds me of that famous person with a beautiful guitar. And if you haven't seen in my feed on Instagram, my dad wears this in a different color, so you'll have to look for that too. Okay, so I want to thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you're enjoying your holidays. And like I said, make sure that you follow us on Instagram, go to our YouTube channel. And if you're needing assistance trying to find the right style and color for the holidays, make sure you go to reneapparrish.com and look at all the different styles. Thanks, you guys. I really like the fact that you like this idea, because this is just one of my little hacks, if you will. And I enjoyed spending this afternoon with you. And I will see you back on ROP TV. And like I always say, live big in your ROP wig. See you later. Bye.